Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello, farmers. Welcome back to Ravenport. It's going to be a good episode. A very good episode. Why is that? Well, upper right-hand corner, you can see we are over 600 grand in the bank account. That's with a max loan that we got. And, of course, our soybeans are ready to go. I got the harvester here. In a second, we're going to send him off on a worker working this way because if I send him the correct way, he'll just end up down there stuck, knock over our grass bales. Yeah, I know the sheep are dirty, but we'll get to that in a second. So we're going to get him working going on here. I'll have to go back to the red farm teleport, hop in our chase tractor, and grab the trailer and get over here ASAP. If we go to, well, we're in the field menu, so we'll look. Our fields are they're all ready for harvest. This is more ready than others, so yeah, if we go here, it's fully ready. These just turned as I got down here. They weren't ready when I was driving the combine down here. Field 7, our future field, probably in this episode, unless something goes horribly wrong. But you can see it's fully fertilized. I did these jobs in between episodes. I think I actually spent like an hour and a half in real time fertilizing each of these fields twice. And I think I did this one once as well. If we go, what page is it on here? This one right here. Contracts income. You can see today I got 40 grand, 80 grand. Yeah, I mean, I'm spending money on fertilizer, but the money, to me, the fertilizing jobs are the best paying ones, even though you got to buy the fertilizer because time, your time wise that you're actually doing it doesn't take as long. So you can see our loan is maxed out. I can't borrow anymore. Our loan is at 955 grand, but we only need 645,000 to buy that land. As for the animals, one thing I've noticed compared to when I played Seasons 17, you can see the cleanliness is down to 41%, but the productivity is still at 94%. So, I don't feel rushed anymore running back and forth, trying to take care of the animals as much as I was. I'm still going to clean them out once a day, but when I first started playing the series, I was doing it twice a day at least. Our chickens, look at the chickens, 120s. We're in the 120s. If you're new to the series, when we first got our chickens, we bought 30 apiece, other than the roosters. Roosters don't do anything. I think they still actually produce eggs, which is weird, but that's whatever. But the chicken's doing good. We're getting a new chicken every 2 hours per each color, the brown, white, and black. And our sheep, like I said, are doing fine. So, let's get right to harvesting our soybeans. So, the only problem is with the soybeans, the price of soybeans, almost $1,600, but it's at the ranch. We're here, and the ranch is way over here. So, even though I want to try to do some contracting, maybe in between when this harvester is going to town, I may try to do some contracting, but I may be too busy, transporting all this wonderful material here. Let me go in third person so I can make sure I get this guy lined up well enough. Make sure he gets all the correct crop. Now, in the episode that never happened, the infamous episode 15, not 15B, but the infamous episode 15, I had a problem with this hired helper in this field for some reason. So we'll see how he gets along. Hopefully he does well. Hopefully he collects a lot of soybeans. So in the last episode, which was the last in-game day yesterday, you can already see since we sold them, I'm getting ready for our 4th pallet. So that's good. Nope, we don't want to be here. So here's our case back over at this farm. How are the chickens doing? So even our chickens have produced, we're on our 6th box now. And ooh, their pen is a mess. It's a mess. But we can see their fields over here. These are all oats. I'm going to start collecting some oats for our future horses. Now the horses probably, we're looking like another, not this episode, but maybe not the next one either. It could be. I guess it all depends on after we buy plot number 7. And when I mean plot number 7, I don't say field number 7 anymore because you get the land all around. So I'm going to say plot number 7. We'll have to wait another day to see what our loan can go up to, because then I want to buy the BGA, which is like $350,000. And after we buy the BGA, because field number 7 is going to be turned into grass. And the BGA is right next door. So once we get the BGA, buy the BGA, then we got to start saving money to get our horses. We got to collect a lot of cash to... I should be driving in cab, sorry. Do I have enough fuel? Yeah, I got enough fuel. We got to save enough cash to eventually buy the Big M, because the Big M will also row it up for us as well, I do believe. So, it'll mow it and row it. That way we don't have to deal with anything. But I still, eventually, we got to get a bigger tractor. Forage wagon probably would be best for the situation as well. Definitely a new harvester, a new seed drill. Yeah, all that fun stuff. And the good part of it, though, is we got a really good, well, I don't want to say really good crop. We got wheat, so I may keep a couple trailers of wheat, bring it back over to the chicken. I should just call that the chicken farm. Yeah, well, instead of calling it the red farm, we're going to call that the chicken farm, I think. That'd be easier. So we'll bring it up to the chicken farm, put a couple trailers in there. The chickens would be good for, I don't know, a few weeks in game. So they'll be fine for a while with the amount of wheat we got here. We'll sell the rest of the wheat, and then we're going to have straw. I may make a couple bales of straw. I may even buy the forage wagon when we buy this field and harvest it, because, instead of making all the bales and then having to load them up on a trailer and then bring the trailer all the way down to the bale sell point, I might do that. But there's plot number 7 right there. Nice and flat. It's good for pastures, which we could be doing. I would like to put... My guy is harvesting, right? Yeah, okay. I would like to put the big horse pasture down here. And I did try it in between episodes. I can place the big horse pasture here. It's going to be difficult. It's a tight spot to squeeze it into. The problem is the edge of the pasture comes right up against the field, and we can see what terraforming does here. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. My other problem could be is, well, actually I can show you, because while we're waiting for that guy to do his thing, let's go in here, animal pens. And like I said, some people may get upset, but I am going to use a horse helper mod to where at 11 o'clock at night, we'll pay a worker $300 per horse to train our horse. I don't know if they clean it as well. But you can see this object collides with an object. I don't know if my tractor is going to be in the way. It will fit here somewhere. It could be my tractors are in the way right now. I tried putting it... I would like to put it this way. That way it gets more away from our fields. Is it actually because of my tractors? Alright. It will fit there. Trust me. Let's move this guy. The wonderful Massey Ferguson, which I've been fertilizing like crazy with. To me, that's my favorite moneymaker. The harvesting is fine as well, because you get the extra income from harvesting. And once we get our own harvester, we don't have to pay the leasing fees. That would be great. I'm actually going to go unload our combine because he's on the correct side. But the first piece of equipment I do want to get is a new seed drill, for one. But a new seed drill is going to make us have to get a tractor, which, that's fine as well, and a harvester. And along with all the mowing equipment that we're going to need. But I feel once we get plot number 7 and the BGA, and we get the BGA going with silage, I think the money is just going to start coming in pretty quick. And then we'll slowly pay off our loan as we buy things as well. Okay, so what I want to do is turn the engine off. Okay, dude, I want you to stop. because now I want you to go this way. Less time of him turning around, which saves wage payments. Now this is where I had a problem in the episode you didn't see. But we'll see if he actually goes. It kept saying stop for unknown reason. But right now he seems good. Alright, so I think I got all my equipment moved. It could be also the way I want to place it. Maybe those trees are in the way. I don't know. But let's go back in here. We'll try this again. Large chicken coop. I'm not buying the horse paddock right now, so just stay calm. Now, I tried many ways to get this to go in here, and it says collides with an object. I don't know what object it's colliding with at all. I shouldn't be the road. This new, I mean, it's great that we got this where we can place things anywhere, but it's hard. I don't know what I'm colliding with. See, I just can't place it anywhere. If I rotate it this way, though. Are you going to make a liar on me? Because I had you blinking before. Whoop. You saw it. It blinked a little bit. Of course, I don't have the F1 HUD up either to know how much it would cost. So somewhere in there. See, I can place it right there. But it's going to be into our field, which kind of sucks. It's not the worst thing. So yeah, I can kind of bring it down to here. Like I said, it's right on the edge of our field. If I could rotate it this way, I don't know why it doesn't like me here. Yeah, so I'm not really sure. Yeah, it's really underground there, so I can't really see anything. I don't think it's the trees. But that is the least of our issues at the moment. Anyways. So right now, what I'm going to do is, while that guy is going to town, do what he needs to do. So the first thing is, we're going to need lime this time. That's fine. I'm going to go into contracts. What do we got? Fertilized field 11. Isn't that right here? It's over here. What is the growth stage of field 11? It's going to be difficult to see where I'm fertilizing. But for what it pays, I think I'll do that while our combine is going, because it does pay, 14,500. I should have enough fertilizer. Make sure I accept it and use our own equipment. I should have enough fertilizer. Yeah, 4,000. That should be more than enough. So I'm going to go ahead, do some more contracting jobs while I'm paying someone to harvest our field. And I'll bring it back in a while, and we'll see how we're getting along. Maybe when I make the first trip to the ranch, which is way on the other side of the map. And maybe I'll roughly be done with field 11. But yeah, I'll see you in a while. Well, I'm over here in field number 13. I finished the first fertilizing job, so because you can tell we were at 601,000. Now we're at 615. And now I'm doing this job, and the combine still hasn't filled up the trailer full of soybeans just yet. But after this job, we should be, I forgot what this job's paying. I want to say $7,000, something like that. I should have enough fertilizer left in the spreader to finish this job very easily. But yeah, after we bring that first trailer over of soybeans, we might have just enough money to already buy the field, which would be great. That way we can buy it before it gets ready for harvest, and somehow if I get sidetracked, I would hate to have them harvest a field before I buy it. So let's go in here. Yeah, okay. It was better than I thought. Almost $9,500. So the jobs are coming in great now after the patch came out. The 1.13. I'm just going to call it patch 113. Most of my fields turned to weeds, and yeah, I was having that problem, and I was getting to the point of I was going to have to turn. Ooh, the combine's going the correct way. I think I'll stop the Massey first. Get off this guy's field first. Turn the engine off there. Hop in this guy. Because he's facing the right direction. I may just have to go with the load I get here because he's not going to have enough to fill the trailer. But then again, I don't want to stick around and just take 1,000 liters out. Because time I go way over to the ranch and come back, he'll be full. And I'll be paying him just to be sitting there. So yeah, we need another 20 grand. So this would be cutting it rather close. If we can get enough cash or not. And then the plus side is whatever we harvest off the rest of this field, we'll have some extra cash to do whatever it is we need to do. Yeah, so I can fit another 2,000 liters in. Yeah, so I can fit another 1,600 liters in, but it's not going to be, you know, I want us to waste time. So we're going to go over and deliver this now as we drive past our future field within the next hour or so in game time, I would assume. We should have that field harvested another hour. I hope so, because I'm recording this rather late at night. Oh man, it's going to be it's going to be a rough morning. But off to the ranch. Maybe I should check the prices before I go all the way over there. Is the ranch still the best price? The Central Grain Elevator is not bad, but it's another $150 more per 1,000 liters at the ranch. So yes, off to the ranch we go. I should put the cover on. And I think I'll meet you over there, and we'll see. I don't think I'm going to quite get to the 644,000. We're basically looking for 645, basically. So I need another 20 grand, and we're not going to quite get there, but it's a tease, basically. So, no, it is going to be awfully close. I mean, we're talking, you know, I don't want to say pocket change here, what we might be short of. Of course, what's hurting us just a little bit is where I'm paying the worker at the same time, so. I know the land's like 644 something, and we're going to be like at 643.9, something like that. Oh, wow, we did get an... Alright, let's hurry up and let's go into the map here. This should be enough. Land. This. Space to buy. Plot number 7. Yes. That leaves us with $263 to our name. I can't borrow any more money right now. So, yeah, this crop that we're harvesting is everything. But we have more land. And in the next in-game day, it shouldn't be right now. It takes, I think, a full day to... Yeah, see, I can't borrow any more money. I might have the max loan anyways. I don't know what the max loan is on 19 yet. I think the max loan I ever saw on 17 was $1.5 million. So I don't know how it's going to be here in 19. But we own plot number 7. Good thing about plot number 7, it didn't need, you know, it's been limed. It doesn't need to be plowed at this point. It's been double fertilized, so the only thing we're waiting for is going to get weeds. That's the only thing. But we have a full field of wheat. A free full field of wheat, basically. But yeah, I can't even go do a contract job now for spreading fertilizer because I'm just about out of fertilizer and I can't buy any more. So I pretty much got to wait just for this harvester to give me some more grain. We'll go sell it, but we do know I get pretty close to, was it 20 grand? Yeah, once I get 20 grand, then I can, you know, I could possibly fill up the fertilizer spreader and go do more jobs. But I'd rather not at the moment because I know I got to spread lime on this field, so I got to empty it. And yeah, if you got a full 9,000 liters in, that's 9 pallets. But no, jump for joy. Plot number 7 is now ours. Anywho, now's a good time to take a break for you. So we got $219, 218, 217. I'll probably go in the hole. I hope when I get down to 0, the game doesn't stop saying You have no money to pay for a worker. Then that means I'd have to harvest it. I don't want to do that. Now I do have to remind myself I can't drive through this field because now that's our field. I'll just ruin our crops. Those are our crops. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you in a little bit longer. It is now noon. I'm running at 1 times the speed because I can. Yeah, so yeah, see you in a while. Well, instead of just sitting idle and just sitting in the case watching the combine go up and down, I thought we'd come back to the chickens. And boy, they're messy. That's 1 bucket full right there. Then we'll head on down to the sheep and we'll take care of the sheep. I'll probably give them water. Wow, we need a bigger bucket for these chickens. Or just clean them more often, but this hasn't even been 24 hours. This is like 12 hours worth. There, chickens. But you can kind of see we're down to basically 20 bucks, which is yeah, not enough to even buy lunch for the worker and myself, basically. Anyways, I'm heading back down to the sheep pasture. We'll clear them out. Luckily, the water's free, but I'm going to give them top them off with water. And possibly, hopefully, give them a grass bale. Hopefully, the pallet forks still kind of go through bales. We'll find out in a while. Down to 10 bucks. Sheep don't seem to be as messy. I mean, that's only 1/3 of a bucket, even though they were the same dirtiness for both the sheep and the chickens. Now let's back up to our water tanker. They don't really need any water at the moment, but they can have some. How much water do the sheep take? Okay, that's more than I thought. Alright. Well, no sense is leaving the tanker here. We're just 100. And it will bring it on over. And the combine's... I should have emptied it when it was going up the correct way. I'm not going to bother... Am I not in... Start filling. Why aren't you filling up with water? Am I on the right trigger? Water is free, is it not? I thought I did that test and it was free. Am I not close enough? I'm selecting the right tool. Okay. I'll leave that there for just now. I could have thought that when we tested that the water was free when we placed it down. Some of you are probably screaming at the screen saying, no, you paid for it. Alright, does a pallet fork work on bales still is the question. Oh good, the combine made it down here. Which means the discharge would be on the correct side. This terrain thing, yeah, someone needs to come out with a mod, or a smoothing mod, or something like that. So pallet forks still work on bales. Alright, I'm going to hurry up. I'm going to leave this guy running. I don't want my worker just sitting there idle. Like he's doing right now and charging me for it, which he should. Because it's my job to run shuttle for him. So it looks like I'm just going to get one more full trailer out of this, and maybe, what did I get last time? It's like 2 1/3 of a trailer, something like that. For that water tanker, I thought when we put it down, we tried it, the water was free, and I thought, oh wow, that's great. Which seemed a little odd to me because he used to charge for water, so yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I didn't get charged for water because I placed it that day and the game just didn't recognize it. If I went past midnight, then it would have charged me for it. I don't know. Alright, move this guy over to here. He should be out of the way of the combine. So I'm going to go back in here for a second. Yeah, the sheep could use a few bales of grass / hay. Cleanliness, oh, that hasn't reset yet because I'm running at 1 times the speed, so I'm not going to worry too much about that just yet. We know they're clean. Well, we'll just keep grabbing some bales until they don't take any more. How about that? I'll have to find some other way to do something with these bales, put them somewhere else, because this is kind of convenient. That's good for now. Cleanliness will go up. We know they got full of water. So, I'm going to let this continue on further. I may fiddle around with the water tanker just a little bit more. And if I figure it out, I'll let you know what happened on the way when we come back in a while. Combine is full, so we're here to help him out by emptying him out. And we're going to head on over to the ranch. The price is still the same. Price is still best at the ranch. Have not been able to figure out the water storage area. So we'll have to see after we sell this and come back. I got the Massey Ferguson just parked there. And we'll see if we get charged for the water this time, or do I need to be above 0 in order to get free water? I don't know. Anyways, we got about the same kind of loads we did last time. Not a full load, but must be the way I'm emptying the combine, whatever. We'll be back, sir. Hopefully before you get full, which I think we should be able to. Anyways, I'll meet you over at the ranch. And we'll get our 20 grand. At least we'll have something to deal with, money-wise. Anyways, I'll see you in a while. Alright, here we are at the ranch. Let's get some cash so I can feel this a little bit better. Not that we can do a whole lot with 20 grand, but at least if worse comes to worse, I can buy some fertilizer and do some jobs at some point. I'm not going to bother reseeding this field that we're harvesting just right at the moment. I'm going to wait until we harvest the other field as well, so both those fields are in the same cycle. It just makes transporting our harvesters and seeders and everything back and forth a little bit easier. I don't think the wheat will be ready for another day for sure. It might be late in the second day. But let's go back to the sheep pasture. Get this guy back there just in case the combine gets full. I should be back in time, no problem there. But we need to check out the water tanker and see what's going on. See if I get charged for water this time. I'm curious. Alright, the moment of truth. We are in our Massey Ferguson. We got the water tanker here. Okay, I'm filling up the water now. And it's not charging me anything. So, basically, the only thing I can understand is just because we went below zero, we couldn't get free water, I guess. So the good news is they're not charging me anything for it. So we're all good there, I guess. I'll disconnect that and just leave that there. The other thing I haven't shown you yet, and I know I'm on episode 16 at this point. I haven't mentioned this. In case you didn't know, you can sell the land that you have. So if worse comes to worse, so if we go in here, I don't know exactly what we get. So, you know what? I better save this before I screw something up here. Let me save this because I haven't done it. So if we go to plot 7, lands, plot 7, you can come down here. It says sell. Wait a minute. I can sell it for the same price that I bought it for. Wait a minute. Is there an exploit here? So basically, I just bought that land. So say it had soybeans on it. Alright, let's just say field 7 had soybeans on it, ready for harvest. I buy it for $6.44. I harvest it. I can turn around and sell it for the same price I bought it for, but yeah, I just harvested all the crop. That needs to be fixed, in my opinion. But, I mean, it's a small thing. I mean, if you want to exploit it and do it that way, I would assume that's fine. So, I mean, we did buy this land for, it was $6.44, was it not? Where's our... Yeah, so land purchase of $644,808. Okay, I haven't done nothing to the land, so it could be the same value. It's the same day. I do not know... I gotta hit land. 438,312. I think that's what I paid for plot number 6. I don't think I could sell it though because I got a placeable on it, but I don't want to sell it. So I'm just trying to figure this out. So let's just say field 8 has soybeans in it. Okay. Yeah, it's $1.2 million. So I buy it, I harvest all that soybean, which would be quite a bit, sell it, and then turn around and sell the land. I don't know how much money I would get off. Let's just say I get like 200 grand worth of soybean out that field. That's a quick way to make money, but in the early stages, I could see where it's beneficial. Yeah, anyways, so our new field, I was looking at this in between cuts here. So there is no quote-unquote free land with this at the moment. This plot is basically just a field other than the small edges of grass from here out to the road. And yes, you can see now that it's our land, I'm going over with our tractor. I'm destroying the grass. Crop destruction. You can see where I've been. We own out to the road. So putting any placeables here, not likely. What I want to do is eventually get 350 grand, which hopefully tomorrow we will be able to borrow some more money, but I don't think it's going to be enough to buy the BGA. And eventually around the BGA, I want to put those silos around it. So there already is a lime tanker refill point over there. I want to put seed over here along with herbicide and also artificial fertilizer. Going down to the store all the time and buying individual pallets is fun for a while. But after a certain time, it's like, yeah, see, nice and flat here. So once we own this, nice and flat. I don't know how far out we will actually own. But that's something, you know, I think it'd be easier if I just do this for you. There we go. Now, when I was looking at the map, I thought, when you buy the BGA, you get this triangle. I'm like, oh, triangle. Nice place to put the cow pasture. Then I realized there's a ravine or I have no idea what that is supposed to be. Somebody got an excavator and did some fun, I guess. So maybe, I don't know if we could put a cow pasture like here in this corner. Or maybe over here in this corner we have to cut down some trees. I'm not sure a cow pasture will fit there. Especially, I mean, we would want a large one. But yes, our next purchase will be the BGA so we can use it. We're going to turn field 7 into a pure grass field. I'm hoping to put the cows here. I'm hoping, you know, I do have a little bit of time to figure this out. Put the large horse pasture down there. The cows here. And if we ever get that far, maybe we'll dabble into the pigs. And put them, maybe, I hate to say this, but maybe just bump them into our grass field, into this field a little bit. Kind of keep our pastures together. If we get that far in pig, I don't know if I want to do pigs and all that, but we'll have to see how far we get. I think we're moving along quite nicely, although I've been doing a lot of off-cam work, doing contract jobs and all that. That's going to help us out. But what's going to help us out is now we got this extra big field. The one thing I wish you could see about the field, one thing I do like about Farmers Dynasty, it tells you the size of the field. There's nothing, I can't find anywhere where it tells you the size of the field. Anywhere, unless I'm missing something. Fertilizing field 4, 16 grand. That'd be nice. I could do that. Also, I was also wondering while I was here, missions complete 5. I done 55 missions. I didn't get the... Oh yeah, I'm seeing the... Okay, I missed somehow. I got the achievement. Okay. Small things. There's nowhere to go to see the actual size of the field. You can see our sheep are doing just well now, and I'm pretty sure our chickens, same thing from cleaning them out. A chicken every 2 hours now. I don't think I'm going to sell chickens either, by the way. We are getting pretty close to having our 400 max. So we got 370, pretty close to 380 chickens. Basically, I'm going to get $10 per chicken for selling them. $10 in Farming Sim is nothing. So I think I'll just leave the pen full. I won't care about the reproduction rate. Is just we want the eggs. But going back to the field size, I need to fix something. Is that my sprayer? That might be my sprayer. Matthew Ferguson. Yeah, I know we've been using that a lot, but the condition's kind of low. I think that's my sprayer, the FWZ. Yeah, anyways, so yeah, I get back to what I'm losing track here. I can pan the map. I can zoom in on the map. It doesn't really tell you how big the fields are. So if you're trying to compare fields like 6 and 12, to me they look like twins. They're probably the same size. But say you're looking at field 7 and 13. Now, on my eye, field 7 looks bigger than 13. But by how much bigger is it? I have no idea how big the field actually is. So I wish they would kind of fix that. But what I'm going to do now is I need to go empty the combine again. Let's fall down here. Oh yeah, she's almost full. So I want to finish harvesting this field. Luckily we didn't get charged for the water. And then we'll make our last trip over to the ranch. Sell the last bit of soybean that we have. and we'll call it an episode. Taking our last 9,000 liters of soybean over to the ranch. I thought about checking the price to make sure it's still the same, but I'm pretty sure it is. It's probably the best price. In the meantime, I figured out a few things. I was thinking about putting the horse pasture down by the sheep. And I said, well, maybe those trees are in the way. And my mind got to thinking about this chain. If you've been watching the series, I've been having a problem with the chainsaw. I mean, I can activate everything, but I couldn't rotate it. The only way I could rotate it was disable my steering wheel. So I went back into my control systems, and I was looking. I'm like, geez, my steering wheel doesn't have no buttons mapped to rotate tool right or left. And then I remember the problem that Farming Sim is having right now with the steering wheels a little bit. I have the G27 wheel. Now it's recognizing my wheel, and also it thinks my wheel is also an Xbox controller. So when I looked under controls, I said, well, let me disable the Xbox controller pads for rotating the chainsaw. Disabled those functions, and now I can rotate the chainsaw without having to disable my steering wheel. So I figured that out. And then I started dabbling into, I'm drooling over new equipment, because we've had the same equipment from day one. Because we've been trying to, build the farm, and now we got big boy fields with Little League, Pee Wee size equipment, if you will. So the first things I was looking at was seed drills. I'm like, okay, I would like to have the horse to start with. All right, well, that's $106,000, which is not, that's a pretty good price. The reason I want the horse, it seeds and can do fertilization. I said, what's the horsepower requirement? 270. All right, so I got to look at a tractor. So wait a minute, what is our case? Because I put the biggest engine in here. Our case has 261 horsepower. Now, we know in Farming Sim through the years, that's what they quote-unquote require for horsepower. It does not mean that this case with 261 horsepower cannot pull that horse seed drill. Now, the problem we might have is in the field we just harvested, going uphill, it could struggle. It may even stop. I don't know. I usually look at the requirements and I add horsepower. I never really have done we're close, can it do it kind of a thing. I've seen other people do it and it's worked fine in some cases. So I may dabble into the seed drill first, but I'm talking about after we get the money to buy the BGA. We pretty much got to see what happens next episode or the next in-game day to see how much of a loan we can take. I may do some contract work as well because, okay, so we're up to $33,000 already in our bank account, which is fine. The chicken farm, if you will, those fields are nothing but oats. We're not selling that. We got to keep it for the horses. The horses take lots of oats. So that's going to be interesting. I'm actually going to drive this case and this trailer back to the chicken farm, because the next thing I'll probably do will be harvest those oats and start turning those fields around because our wheat field is not ready. So yeah, depending on how much more of a loan we can take out tomorrow will determine kind of how we go. I mean, if we're really short of buying the BGA, I mean by a couple grand, then I may just look into, we'll hold off on the BGA just a little bit longer. We'll harvest the wheat field. We'll replant some crops in there instead of replanting with grass. And we'll harvest those two fields again. Our bison combine will have a fun time harvesting those two fields over there. I mean, it'll get the job done. It'll take a long time in real life to do so. But, we got to do what you got to do. But if we're not too far off from the BGA, then we'll sell the wheat and hopefully get close enough to where we can buy the BGA. And once we can buy the BGA, then yes, once we know we can buy the BGA, I should say, we're going to convert that field over to grass, and we'll start transporting grass over there somehow, because I'm pretty sure we'll be short on cash. But don't forget, after we buy the BGA, if we wait another day, I might be able to take out more of a loan again. Mowers, I'll hold off on the big M until we can actually afford that. The most important thing to do for the BGA, once we get it, is get a forage wagon to pick up the grass to bring it over. That's what we'll need. And those are like 50 grand, which is not, in Farm Sim, it's not much. And then, of course, once we get that all situated, selling silage and all that, we'll be putting down the horse pastures and all that. Which you give me some time to maybe figure out, cut down those 3 trees by the sheep farm. Maybe those are blocking me from putting down the pasture the other way that I want to. So, yeah, a lot of work to do probably the next couple episodes. Because now we're getting more fields, we're getting more work done. We have progressed quite a ways in the past few episodes. Seems like when we first started, we were just stuck in this little corner here that we're coming back to. And now it seems like I'm hardly ever here anymore. Because it does take so long to harvest that field number 6 with this bison harvester. But, you know, it's doing a wonderful job. So this is ready to go to collect oats. The good news is, with oats, you get straw. So from here, we're going to make some straw bales. I'll sell the straw bales. We'll make some money off the bales as it is. And also with the wheat field, we're going to get straw. Hopefully, I can buy a forage wagon. How much is a forage wagon? I think the cheapest forage wagon now is like 50 grand. They're not that cheap loading wagons. I call it forage wagons. So yeah, 46 grand for the cheapest one, and it does hold 23,000 liters. Instead of bringing the baler over to field number 7 and baling all that, and then having to load all the bales in the back of a trailer, bring them all the way back here, I think it might be better just, because let's see, that's going to be 5, this is like 6 bales of straw right here. So, yeah, the trailer can probably hold a good, what, let's see, probably a good 20. But, you know, we got to do what we got to do. I mean, if I could afford this one, then we're starting to really talk where it's worth it. So it's all, you know, we're down to money right now. It's a money game. We're going to have to figure out, I'm going to have to figure out how to do it, play the game. So, yeah, my brain's going to be racking out how to do this next couple days. But we'll get through it. We're expanding the farm. We're doing well. But that is going to do it for this episode, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I appreciate you watching as always, and I'll see you next time in Ravenport. But until then, have a good one.